Hi everybody, it's my first video. It's a kind of first video tutorial that I'm starting now. So please don't laugh at me, it's my very first one, so please bear with me if I got some mistakes kind of stuff out here. So let me start with our today's topic. It's SSRS, SQL Server Reporting. So just start up with I'll be going straight forward into my example, wherein I have a simple SQL query which will shows the data in terms of the month number and gender and sales count. That means between the two given dates it will filter out month wise how many male salesperson got sales count and how many female sales count when female salesperson sales count. Right, so if I just run, I'm just running my query which will show the data something like this. So for the month number 1, all female executive sales count is 9, and in the month of number 1, the month of January itself, all male sales count, male executive sales count is 31. Alright, so let's begin with this stuff over here. How to place this stuff in SSRS, how to show this query uh, how to show this query in SSRS report. So for that I'm going to start with my new Visual Studio. Actually it's not Visual Studio also, it's something called SQL Server Business Intelligence Development Studio. I've started it. Okay, so here you go with my new Visual Studio window of SQL Server Business Intelligence Development. It's called Business Bits. So I'm creating a new project. That's my demo project. Wait, okay. Right, so creating demo project got successful. So now I'm creating a shared data source now. Add new data source. So it will be my data source. You can do it something like this. Here you can provide the connection string and something like this, edit. So the dot stands for my local SQL server, and I'm using Windows authentication. Because I will be the local administrator over here. It will be easy for me, and my database will be AdventureWorks. So just test the connection if required, and it is not really required because I'm able to already get the database name. So just for the satisfaction purpose, test connection succeeded, though. Okay, so that's my data source connection, and my data source will be AdventureWorks data source. So what is the shared data source? The shared data source is nothing but which will be common for the complete all the reports that are present in this particular project. So you can create n number of reports in this particular project using the same shared data source, or else if you want you can create a separate separate data source for each report here. So now you see here I'm having a shared data source called AdventureWorks data source. So I'm using the same connection. If you don't want this, you can go for the new data source and do whatever the stuff you want over here, connect it over here. And the greatest thing over here is it can connect to any data source. It may not be only SQL Server. You can go with the Oracle database, you can go with Access database using OLEDB connections, and a hell lot of other data sets also there for us. So for the time being I'm going to use my shared data source only, and say next. So query builder. So wherein here you have to pass your query string. You can simply go with our traditional query builder, which will be very much common in our SQL server, or else you can simply type your query over here like this: select star from blah blah. Okay, so here now I'm going to use my own query which we have already tested and working fine. just copy pasting it. I'm sorry, copy paste. Right. So the thing over here is, till now we have saw the query working for a fixed dates. So I'm going to mark this as a different parameters. Say it's at the rate from date, and it is at the rate to date. Right. So nothing else. It's just I'm just to introduce the query. Here I'm combining the human resource table as well as the sales order history. So by combining both these, I'm just taking the date part of the month part of the date, and what is the gender of the employee and how many sales that the person did. Right. So the next thing is go next simply, and here the simple tabular format or the matrix format. Tabular format is nothing but a simple table result, wherein you can simply see the tables, I mean the data, just like what we saw in our output. The same data will come in a tabular format. Whereas if you go for that matrix format, so you can prepare a report something kind of a cross tab query, wherein you can differentiate male female separately and what is the months over here. Let's see how the matrix format will come out, as we are already aware of this tablet format. So my columns, here I can specify the month number should be my row number, row details. You see it's highlighted as yellow color over here, so the data will come over here, and the gender will be my columns, and it's here you go the highlighted things, and the sales count will be my details. So that's the highlighted part. The result you will be seeing like this. Say next and choose your preferred format. Let's go with the corporate style. The next, so give your name. The name will be gender wise sales count. Okay, so once you finish, that's it, nothing else to do. If you see simply the report, here you go, the build is completed, the preview is here. So you need to pass the dates, say for example 01 Jan 01 to say for example 01 Jan 02. That nothing but 2002. Forward maybe. So here you go. Month wise, in the month number 1, the female executive sales count is 9, and whereas the male executive sales count is 31. That's great, really. Actually, wow, it seems to be all the male people are doing the extraordinary job over here. So whatever it may be, the final thing is, that's how you will be able to see the report. Well, if you simply see the one of the simplest thing that everyone will definitely do is the parameters. Here are the two parameters that we have asked, from date and to date. Well, but unfortunately you need to type it over here. Instead, we are having an option wherein you can ask the parameter type should be of date type. So that thing will becomes over here. Let's go to the design part once. So that's a simple design part for over here. And if you see the parameters part over here, so these are the two parameters that we are asking from the users. Right click on this, go for the parameter properties. So if you see the data type that we are accepting over here is text. That means if the user type anything over here, it will be acceptable for the report. Maybe at the time when it is retrieving the data, it may throw error if it is an invalid date format. So instead, if we suggest the user to go only with the date time, so select the date time part and say OK. And the same thing for to date properties, and it's also date time. OK. So now we see preview the report. Here you go. So you are able to see that date filters, the beautiful Ajax date filter. So let's leave it like this only for me. Now go to report. So here you go with the report. Cool. Huh. So let's end it over here. In the next part of the video we will be seeing how to place validations for these dates. Validations in terms. Okay, we'll see it later in the next video. Bye.